and I can see my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight.
No? So the Secretary for Labor and Welfare, Matthew Chong, promised to closely monitor the effectiveness of the COP. If the effectiveness is not satisfactory, Labor Department will consider adopting other means including seeking legislative amendment. So ibig sabihin, pag hindi po siya effective, no, yung COP ay gagawa sila ulit ng pagbabago. So yun po yung ating pag-uusapan ngayon dahil meron siyang ni-revise, no, na bagong COP last May 9. So makikita natin dahil hindi siya effective, meron din pong ginawa ang Federation of Asian Domestic Workers na dalawang research dahil nga po nakita natin na hindi po siya epektibo. So yun po ang i-discuss ng ating unang speaker ngayon na walang iba kung hindi si Justin Lam. Palapakan po natin. Justin is discussing about COP, you can also think what question we should raise on later on after her presentation. Thank you.
Magandang umaga. Not working. Hello. Thank you so much for the really heartwarming introduction. So I'm Justine. I used to be with Justice Without Borders. It's an NGO that supports migrant domestic workers with their claims in Hong Kong if they have returned home. Now I'm with another labor organization. I don't work as much with migrant workers anymore. I work more with like delivery workers, like the food panda riders, like delivery riders, cleaning workers, and also care workers in the elderly home. So I'm still very much in the labor rights space, but forgive me if I don't know how things are like these days, because I worked at JWB like 2 years ago and I left. And that's why, before I share more about the COP, I would like to hear from you a bit more on your experience. So I have some questions for you, and I want to do a quick survey. Like, can you, how many people do we have here today?
43.
43. Okay, I'll need to do some counting. because as you heard from Rowena already and Sheila MP, today we're talking about the COP, which is about employment agencies. And I want to know your experience with employment agencies. So first question, please raise your hand. Were you charged agency fees when you first arrived in Hong Kong by the Hong Kong employment agency?
Yes. Raise your hand now, babe. Those who are charged. Pakitaas kasi
Did you pay the Hong Kong agency when you came to Hong Kong?
Yes.
Okay. That's like almost all of you? Okay. The Hong Kong agency, not the Philippines agency. Okay. So I assume like 100% bonus. First question. How about when you change your job, if you're here on your maybe second or fourth contract, did you pay?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes,
Raise your
when I was
hand.
terminated.
I need to pay 10%.
Okay. How much were you charged? Like more than 10% or less than 10%? Or exactly 10%?
Wala kang babayaran pero magbibigay ka ng 10% after a month.
After 1 month.
Some examples. How much did you pay the Hong Kong agency?
She's concerned about charging if you change an employer, agency, you need to pay. In her case, she didn't pay the agency, but after a month, she gave 10%.
Still,
You paid 10%.
How about sister?
Mariana wants to say. Okay, sorry.
when I was terminated, I paid 5,000 Hong Kong dollar
5,000.
because the employer who hired me was from the agency. They took me from the agency.
Oh, okay. So, but you paid 5,000
I was already in Hong Kong,
to
yeah.
change
After
your-
my 8 years, I transferred to another employer. After 7 months, I get terminated. And then I found this employer from the agent. The agent charged me 5,000 Hong Kong.
5,000.
So binayaran mo lahat yung 10. She paid everything, the 5,000 and the agency. Any experiences?
I thought you were
Yeah.
Okay, hello. Okay. The number 2 is like these two types of changing employer. One is finished contract, one is terminated. So the question there is, how much they pay when they are terminated, and then how much they pay when they are on the finished contract and changed employer, because that's both changing employer. So that's why this is two types. So the question there is 2. So those terminated, those terminated, how much you paid to change the employer, and then those finished contract is how much you paid when you change the employer. So because I know those changing employer with terminated is like overcharging. So this is what we want to know from you all. Thank you.
So just now, what's your name?
Teresa.
Teresa was charged 5,000 for changing employers after being terminated. How about others? Can I have like one more?
Good morning, everyone. Before when I got terminated and I found a new employer, the agency here asked me to pay 21,000 in Philippines, not here. So I think the agency is so smart that I will not pay here, but they asked me to pay in the Philippines for 21,000. I paid to process my new employment contract.
But you are here
They
in Hong
asked
Kong.
you.
I'm here in the Hong Kong because I terminated and found my employer here, the second employer. And then when I went back, they gave me paper to 21,000 to pay in the Philippines, the agency in the Philippines.
So converted into
How much is
peso.
that?
So you found an new employer through a Hong Kong agency in Hong Kong, and then they asked you to pay when you went back to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that is their strategy to
Yes, yes.
get their overcharging.
Any similar experience?
My sharing is when I was terminated, I found another agency. The agency first is I give for my employer, only for me, not the employer's payment. For me, I pay 9,000 Hong Kong dollar. This is my agency. Then after another months, I was terminated. So I got another agent, another employer for this agency. So I paid for the second time for 7,000 Hong Kong dollar. They have a desk. 2017. There's some agency still need to pay. I think now even you are now terminated or break contract, if you go to the agency, still you need to pay.
Yes.
Lower. But if you just finish contract, for the finished contract only 10%, but not the terminate and break contract. If you will find the agency, a new employer, there's also a payment, not only 10%. Until now. That's why I'm different.
Like almost
Kind of
35,000.
payment for the agency. Terminated. Where did you get your employer? How about in the Philippines? Because as far as I'm concerned, if you got employer from the agency, you're terminated, there are different payment. The employer will pay, but also you will pay. Even you will not pay here in Hong Kong, in the Philippines you will pay.
I finished contract.
Yeah, that's why I finished
And
contract.
then I applied the agency. The agency not ask me even $1.
Yeah, some agency.
I guess this contract. The employer hired me. We all because I agency, but the employer not overcharging for her. Okay. It sounds like the common experience, or at least for most of you, I saw you nodding and saying yes, that you will be charged more if you're terminated. And then you're charged 10% if you finish
Normally
contract.
before, it was 2009 and 10 and 11. Yes, the agency was overcharging. Because every time you need to pay the agency 9,000. You need the other, you need to pay a month and you pay 8,000. It's not the same. It was
How
before
about
the
these
law in
days,
Hong Kong.
in the
But
last
now
year
the
or
Hong
so?
Kong is the law is very changing. Because before it was very overcharging the agency. Yes.
So overcharging was worse in the
Yes.
past.
And then
Now it's
now you cannot.
not as worse.
Yeah, it's now is better more than before.
Okay. But now, after you pay the agency fee, were you given a receipt?
Yes.
No.
Some days, some no. Oh, okay. If they check, say Teresa, did you have a receipt? No, no receipt. For the 5,000? No. No. Okay. For those who got